incentives too. Visit MaliaHomes.com for details. That's MaliaHomes.com.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that dropping out of high school was my decision. But as a single mom, that decision affected more than just me. To set an example, I had to be the example. I found a free high school diploma program at Learn for Life that fits around my busy life. I have a team of teachers, tutors, and counselors that really care. I learn at my pace in an environment that is safe and comfortable. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN4LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
This report has been brought to you by Lead Safe America. Think lead poisoning is just a problem with the past? Think again. 1 in 4 kids live in a home with potential lead paint hazards. Learn more, be safe. LeadSafeAmerica.org.
This is the YouTube radio show.
Guess who used to be a fat kid? This guy!
The official radio show that features superstars of YouTube.
Those breasts are amazing.
Take something that you can fix your lips into and just suck on it as hard as you can.
I want to make you goddamn cookies, but I don't want to make them right now!
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
No!
Do it!
Now, here's your host, the Poorman.
Yeah, it's Friday. Gotta love it. The weekend is here. And I'll tell you what, the headline of today, and it doesn't even involve the YouTube radio show, but I'm sure it will make YouTube. Malia Obama played beer pong. Oh, no! She's 17 years old, and apparently Snapchat caught her playing a game of beer pong at Brown University. The president's daughter was drinking beer! And we might even mention that President Obama actually brews his own beer in the White House, but that is trending on Twitter right now. Malia Obama played beer pong. And apparently the Secret Service were waiting outside of wherever the party was at Brown University. So that is so concerning to me. You know, I guess if we really got into it, oh man. Di, can you hear what's going on outside of my apartment in New York?
Yeah, what are they doing, tearing up the street?
Oh, I'm going to open the window. This has gone on for 8 hours, and it stopped until like 2 minutes before this show started today. I'm going to open my window. Go ahead. You can talk. Listen to this. They're drilling a giant hole in the ground right at West Broadway and Prince in New York, and it started at like 8 this morning, and it went to like 4 in the afternoon, and then 4 in the afternoon New York time, and now they're drilling again, I guess. But anyway, so I'm on the 4th floor of this apartment building, and for you people who are listening right now, you know, sometimes you need a visual of a hole being drilled into a street. Here you don't need a visual. Just imagine you're on the 4th floor and you hear this nonstop for 8 solid hours. Thank you, Con Edison. Here is what happened earlier today that's starting up again right now. Listen to this. This has been going on outside my apartment for probably 6 solid hours. This sound, they're drilling a hole in the street. Listen. Actually, that's not the drilling, that's the cleaning of the hole. But there's nothing you can do about this, is there? If somebody wants to drill a hole and make noise that's just insanely loud. I guess they can do it. Ah, shut up! Isn't that insane, Di? I'm seriously.
Yeah. And it started at 8 o'clock, huh?
8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
I guess they assumed everyone was off to work. They forgot about you.
Except for me, I like to sleep until at least noon. And not today, but it was so loud, and maybe it would pause for like a minute, and then they would be doing it again. And that was actually the gentle, nice sound. The worst was the drilling, which you just heard a few minutes ago, and I guess they're starting it up again tonight. I have no idea what they're doing with the hole in the ground. But you know how we have Southern California Edison? This is called Con Edison. It's the East Coast version. And I mean, everybody has to accept that, I guess. You have to play again just the beginning so people can. So those of you, I want to torture you listeners with what I've been dealing with. Just the first 20 seconds one more time.
Okay, well, you got to give me a minute here because I just got rid of it going, he's not going to want to use that again. And what do you know?
You don't have to use it again. It's all right.
Well, I just have to find it. Street noise. There it is. Okay.
And listen to this.
I think you should just talk over this.
This has been going on outside my apartment for probably 6 solid hours. This sound, they're drilling a hole in the street. Listen. Okay, that's not good. The drilling, that's the cleaning of the hole. That's good. Okay, you get the idea. That is just the worst. So the guest hasn't called in today?
Not yet.
Okay. A guy with 1,700 subscribers, a rapper. I knew this was a bad idea when we didn't have anybody booked for today. This is a YouTube radio show, and my rule is there has to be a YouTube guest on here, or I'm just going to do a rerun. I explained this to my producer earlier today. So we booked somebody at the last minute who we shouldn't have booked because he just doesn't have that many subscribers. And so the guy just blows us off. That's great. So now I get to do old fart radio for an hour, as I like to call this show. Whenever you don't have a YouTube guest, it just brings it back to what doesn't work, doesn't it? Old fart radio. Let's see. Well, we'll talk about issues. Nobody else talks about issues. Maybe we can talk about Lamar Odom. Nobody's talking about that. Let's talk about something that everybody in America is talking about. Bring it back, old fart radio. I want to appeal to an audience of 40 to 50 to 70-year-olds, and just a few people, mind you. That's why I'm so glad to be on the air when there's no YouTube artist. That is the one reason I'm continuing to do a show, is because I'm doing YouTube radio, and I love having a YouTube guest, and then you can follow it up with whatever you want. But if you have no guest, then you're back to doing old fart radio that doesn't work. And I can't stand old fart radio. So I may just hand it over to you, Di, and let you finish the show today. Seriously, this is just so annoying to me when something like this goes down.
Where is this guy from?
He's from Arizona. His name is Bougie, or Boozy, Bouji. He's on YouTube. Why don't you guys just go ahead and message him, go to his YouTube channel, and listen to his song called, is it Right On, his song? You've got his song there, right?
Right Now is what it's called.
Right Now.
All right.
Right now, this guy is not right on. If it was up to me, this is what I would do in my life right now, at this stage of my life, being in radio for so long. I do not want, by default, if you don't have a gig where there's young people involved, you're sort of relegated into sort of a segment where you don't want to be. I don't want to be hanging out with people in my own age range for the most part, because they're so set in their ways for the most part. If it was up to me, I would live in a fraternity house, have a room in a fraternity house, and live with a bunch of college kids because, frankly, I find it more interesting. And to do a radio show where, hey, let's go see what's trending on Twitter, great. Nobody does that on any radio. Let's be John and Ken. Let's be Rush Limbaugh. Great. Let's come on Friday with no guest. Mr. Announcer, if it happens again, then we are done. And I'm not kidding. I'm not going to keep doing a radio show that doesn't fulfill what needs to be fulfilled. We're down to one sponsor after today. Peter Dills is coming on today, and then he's discontinuing his sponsorship. So we have Michael Brown, the attorney, and that's all that's left on this afternoon drive radio show in terms of sponsorship, which means that it's at least must be an exciting show, or why do it? So you see, Mr. Announcer, you put me in a position which I asked you about, so I'm going to put you in a position too, so you can be embarrassed, just like I'm being embarrassed, but it's worse for me because I'm doing a show where I supposedly had a guest. Go ahead, Di, and play about a minute of this guy, just because I want to just fill some time so I can get this hour over with as fast as possible.
Bougie, on deck right now, you can get it right now. I'm up right now, just thumb through 120,000. Money pile, I'ma count it, but it's gonna take a while. Right now. On deck right now, you can get it right now. I'm up right now, just thumb through 120,000. Money pile, I'ma count it, but it's gonna take a while. Right now. I'm Dougie right now, my fit costs 2 to 3,000. Oh, you looking for your bitch? My bad, she just left my house. I'm the plug best friend, cause I just sold 10 cash out. 29 for the bird, 28 if you get it right now. Got loaves of bread like
on, baby.
My plug only knows Spanish, my chain loud.
What happened to the bomb? No need to do it now. All right. Well, let's take a break with our remaining two sponsors. It will be down to one sponsor.
You know, the old man said, stand by. Long before those crowded streets, here stood the Dreaming Tree. Wise words from singer Dave Matthews. He has a crush for you, a red blend wine called Dreaming Tree, and it is from Dave Matthews. You know, Dave is very passionate about his wine. I think you'll agree. Once you try the Dreaming Tree Crush, you'll think, Peter, you're right. The Dreaming Tree Crush is a great value, and you've heard me time and time again singing the praises of blends. Dreaming Tree is in a class by itself. It's available at a local market near you.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poorman Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
All right, we are back here. So, what do I do when there is no guest calling in on the show? And there are no listeners, basically, except for the same 10 people 8 months into the show. This is the reason, if I had enough guts, I seriously would quit the show and take the time, which is extensive, and invest it into something else that potentially could be better. But certainly, at this point, the only reason I keep doing it is I want to try this concept and give it a shot. And I just don't have the patience to have no income, no callers unless I have a guest, which is great. I love putting these YouTube people on because at least it's interesting. At least it involves some young people. At least it involves something different. This is nothing against people that are older or anything like that. It's just I'm not interested in appealing to your demographic. If you want to listen, that's fine. But what's going on right now is exactly the reason I just don't want to do this anymore. It sucks. It sucks that if I had a radio show that had ratings, there would be tons of callers, there would be tons of texts, there at least would be a few sponsors. And it's just hard after giving it so much time to just be sitting here dangling on a Friday. And quite honestly, I'm tempted to make this my last day. So I'm sorry, Pat. I mean, I know we've got people booked next week, but I got to tell you, I'm not going to go through this anymore. I'm just not. And that just, I mean, I didn't feel like coming on in the first place. That has nothing to do with it. If the show is prepared, I'm fine, but I can't rely on a producer who gets a guest that doesn't call the show, and then it would have been better to do a tape show. And we're just not growing this audience. That's the problem. I'm not blaming it on the radio station either. I blame it on myself. If I was that good of a radio personality, this show would grow. It's not growing. That's why I got to get going and just not do this anymore. It's just too time consuming. I mean, I just go back to radio because it's my comfort zone. But the truth be told, I don't want to do it like this. That's the bottom line. I just don't want to do it like this anymore. So I'm going to blah, blah, blah as much as I can for the next half hour and talk to myself. I'm not talking to somebody who takes their sponsorship to another show. I won't do that. So I'm just not going to do that. So basically, I could give out the number, but it'll be the same people calling, which is just nothing against the people calling, but it's just awful. It's horrible. All right, let's see what's trending on Twitter. I'll just talk to myself. That's what I'm going to do, with big gaps in between. That'll be great. Okay, let's see what's trending. Besides talking, you can throw out Malia Obama playing beer pong. I wish I was playing beer pong right now and sitting in that fraternity at Brown University rather than decaying here doing a radio show that's just going nowhere. That's what I really wish. Okay. Oh, Johnny Manziel. He got into an argument with his girlfriend, was stopped by a cop. She's a TCU student. He's the backup quarterback, and I guess they had been drinking earlier in the day, but they weren't charged with drunk driving. I just love reading these stories and living vicariously through other people. It's great. It's just awesome. What else? Ann Coulter. This is great. This is what you want to hear, isn't it? Conservative older people. Ugh. It's just not where my brain is. I don't care how old I am. It's just not where I want to be. I just don't like this garbage. Ann Coulter, a political talk show liberal, or is she conservative? I don't know. She certainly is ugly. Gets admitted to all the shows to give her viewpoints, and now everybody bags on her. How interesting. National Boss Days today. Wow, that's interesting too. let's see, what else? What's Defiant? Lancashire. What's Lancashire? Let's take a look at that. It must be something. I did like the Mets beating the Dodgers. I like the Mets now because they're the underdog and they won the series. And it's funny, too, because I'm from L.A. My brother's a Dodger season ticket holder, and he said the Dodgers choked. And in New York, they're saying Jacob deGrom gutted it out. I sort of think that that's what happened. If you don't follow baseball, it doesn't matter because nobody's listening. Okay, what's Lancashire? Stuck in horrible traffic because the 101 freeway is shut down in both directions at Lancashire because some idiot is threatening to jump. Well, that's pretty interesting, huh? I bet nobody's covering that, huh? 31 minutes ago. Wow, so they set up a giant sort of trampoline or something that somebody can jump off the bridge into. Wonder what the issue is with that man's brain to jump from Lancashire Boulevard onto the 101 freeway. It's got to be pretty horrible, whatever he's going through. At least he doesn't have a gun. That's good. All right, let's take another break here. This is an exciting segment as we continue on to try to get through this show.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. This may come as a surprise, but Beatlesarama is in its 15th year of keeping the Beatles alive for a new generation. If you spent any time in the 60s, or if you're smart enough to know it was the coolest era for music, you're going to love us. Just go to Beatlesarama.com and the player should start right up. We're also available on TuneIn, iTunes, Windows Media, and more. Once you tune in, you'll be hooked. Plus, you can join our Facebook fan club and follow us on Twitter. Be sure to bookmark it. Beatlesarama.com.
You know, the old man said, "Stand by." Long before those crowded streets, here stood the Dreaming Tree. Wise words from singer Dave Matthews. He has a crush for you, a red blend wine called Dreaming Tree, and it is from Dave Matthews. You know, Dave is very passionate about his wine. I think you'll agree. Once you try the Dreaming Tree Crush, you'll think, Peter, you're right. The Dreaming Tree Crush is a great value, and you've heard me time and time again singing the praises of blends. Dreaming Tree is in a class by itself. It's available at a local market near you.
See what else is trending on Twitter. Just want to tell like Fred Plimley and Todd and all these guys, nothing against you guys personally, seriously. It's just all the only people who call are the same 8 people because that's all that listens, no matter what happens. That's why I'm doing the YouTube format if I continue to do the show. Right now I don't even feel like continuing after today. It's just stupid. I should just get off here. I mean, to do a show, to do any job for 8 months where you got to generate your own income. And this is not a knock on the station or the business model that the station has because, you know, I'm really good friends with the owner of the station. He's got, you know, he's got a vision and I admire him for that. And, you know, he just doesn't have unfortunately, he just doesn't have a lot of extra income to pay the poor man a salary. But the thing I have to do is be strong enough to look at the situations I'm in and realize I got to pay my bills. And when you are down to 2 sponsors on your show, and after today only 1 sponsor, then and the only people who call are people you know for 8 solid months, it's time to go, folks. It's just time to go. And then the guest doesn't show up today. A guest with only 1,700 followers, or subscribers. I should have just put a kibosh on it. But even after 4 weeks on our YouTube, the YouTube radio show channel, we have 162 subscribers. We put on gamers over the last week and a half who have 2.3 million subscribers. But when we post the videos, it's not translating to people watching those videos on our YouTube channel. So there's fundamental problems with the model. But again, of course, every time you do something, give it time. Well, how much time do you give something before it needs to start working, before you're a fool and an idiot? And that's, if I go off the radio at this point, look, I've got a Facebook page with 5,000 friends on it, which should translate, if things are going right, to some of these people listening to the radio show. And so you also get the argument, well, traditional radio, nobody's there anymore. But they are, and shows are still generating listening audiences. Mine is not, no matter what I do. I thought, well, maybe you can give away money. When I was a kid, there was a guy called the Big Kahuna. He was like some Hawaiian guy on an AM station back when AM meant something. And he would walk around like Dodger Stadium and places like that and throw money to everybody. And it was I'd never forgotten him. I was like 5 years old, and I've never forgot that. So you could give away money, but I think we pretty much tried everything on this show. And the YouTube thing, everybody thinks it's a great idea. Great, throw some money into it, people. At least I'll keep doing it. I'll stomach situations like today. I don't want to give out the phone number because the only people that are going to hear it are the people that listen to this show on a regular basis. And by the way, when shows like this happen, that's the most interesting shows. Like when situations like this happens where I have like a mini meltdown. I'm not having really a meltdown, but this is not a format. When things go wrong, I'll listen to a show. That's not a format that works. And so it just comes back to the same old, where you can only try so many different formats before admitting, yes, it's time to mosey along. And there is nobody to blame but yours truly. Just could not pull it off. I'm blaming nobody else. I blame myself. My producer, who I just put down earlier in the show, he's working for nothing, busting his ass too. And we've tried a million different formats, and it's just not happening. Maybe it's good in a way that this day has arrived, because I don't know what I'll do if I don't do this radio show, but I got to get a paycheck, and I need to walk away from this. So I'm sort of on air, just going back and forth right now with you guys. I'm not going to take any calls. I just want you to know how my brain is working. And underneath what's going on here, I'm like, I mean, this is just the way I work. Am I satisfied with going out like this? No. I mean, I'm as ambitious as SH. Don't believe me. I want to see. We're not. Do you have the bomb?
Boozy is here.
Do you have the bomb though?
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
get
well,
it.
just stand by with the planes. Let's throw. When we come back, we'll talk to our guest, who has just finally arrived here, 30 minutes late. But that's okay. We'll talk to him here in a minute.
Hey, everybody. I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer, here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's. Or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day. Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net.
You know, the old man said, stand by. Long before those crowded streets, here stood the Dreaming Tree. Wise words from singer Dave Matthews. He has a crush for you, a red blend wine called Dreaming Tree, and it is from Dave Matthews. You know, Dave is very passionate about his wine. I think you'll agree. Once you try the Dreaming Tree Crush, you'll think, Peter, you're right. The Dreaming Tree Crush is a great value, and you've heard me time and time again singing the praises of blends. Dreaming Tree is in a class by itself. It's available at a local market near you.
I got to tell you something. One of the sponsor who's lasted with me the longest, and I don't even know why, is Michael Brown, the business attorney, who today has been actually advising me about a gig I'm supposed to do in November. And I don't want to give you the details, but he advises me on everything. He's a great business attorney. He's been on the air for 4 months on this show. Do you know how many calls he's gotten for business in 4 months? Di, how many calls do you think Michael Brown has gotten?
Zippity-doo-dah.
He's gotten no calls. Exactly. You're right. Zero. How do you get a sponsor on your radio show if you get no results with every single sponsor that's been on your radio show? How do you do that, Di?
I don't have the answers.
Exactly. I don't either. That's why I feel unmotivated to get more sponsors. And we've got Boozy, our guest, who was supposed to be on it at the top of the hour. Nothing against him personally. We're going to take a vote and see whether we put him on at all or not. Even if I know you, it's all right. 888-909-1050. You can say Radio Hindenburg if you want, but just do me a favor. That's so tired. Just say yes or no. Should we put this guy on the air? And we got the bomb standing by. I mean, it's just anyway. So 888-909-1050. And if nobody calls in, it just proves my point of why do this show. Okay, Bonnie is on the line. She's my friend. I know everybody who calls the show. That's how you know you've got a hit show, is when everybody who calls is somebody you know. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. I've been listening. But I came in a little late. Who is your guest, and what do you guys want to be talking about?
He's a YouTube rapper named Boozy, spelled Bouji, who has 1,700 subscribers on YouTube, and he's got a song that we set up to play for him with 64,000 views. And I'm always for the little guy, but he was supposed to call in at like the top of the show, and he just called in like half an hour. How long after that? Half an hour after that, Di? Hello, is anybody there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just taking a vote, Bonnie. Would you put him on?
How long were you planning on interviewing him in the first place? The whole hour?
No, like half the show, and then I have Peter Dills coming on, and I was going to talk about this street noise. I mean, I had it all set up. It was fine.
Well, how about if you have him on for a little bit until you have to, move forward with the rest of the program that you have already planned out?
Well, I mean, there's nothing else planned out, and he's already caused me to take a great detour to the point where I may not do this show anymore. So do I put this guy on or not? Yes or no, in your opinion?
Well, why not? What else? What do you have to lose?
Okay, Bonnie says yes. And by the way, you're the best, and I love you and Derek, so you take care, okay?
Okay, we love you too.
Okay.
Okay, you have another caller, and I think my personal opinion is you need to at least let him explain.
Okay, so there's two yeses.
Two
On
yeses.
to the next caller.
All right, here we go. Who's this?
Hello?
Kcaa.
Hello.
Hi. Jay from Moreno Valley, right? Jay from Moreno Valley, right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it great? We have so many listeners. I know everybody's name. 8 months into it. And I love everybody.
There's people out there that don't have nearly as you have an apartment in New York. You have a house on the beach. You have a radio show. There's people out there like you interviewed yesterday. There's people out there on the street that wish they had a tiny bit of anything that you have right now. You have a lot more than other people out there in the world,
explain.
Poorman. You got to
Jay.
be grateful for that. You got to be thankful for that. You can't just sit here and say, "Oh my God, I ain't got." But all I'm trying to say is, yeah, I think you should put him on because I'm wasting your time by interview him. But I think so. What's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt nothing.
Okay, so that's 3 in favor. Any other calls, Di?
Yep. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
This is Todd, and I'm saying do not put him on. The guy showed no respect by coming on 35 minutes late. And not only that, nobody listening to your show cares about these YouTube people. You get no people watching the videos. The whole format's a failure. And
well, okay, but let's look at the Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. What about the previous formats, Todd? None of them work.
You're right. They didn't work either. But you know what? Since this doesn't work and the content is not interesting to anybody. I mean, anybody.
Well, because we've only had one kind of YouTuber on there. We've only had gamers and we've only had conspiracy theorists.
But it's not just a failure. It's a gigantic failure. You're getting like 39 views for a guy who has like 2.3 million subscribers. That's not just like below what you're expecting. That's like many orders of magnitude below. It's just not working. It wasn't a bad idea, but it just does not translate to radio.
But nothing else is working, Todd. Nothing else is working. You know what's working?
You're going on with the next thing that isn't working. That means either quit or go to another format. But this YouTube thing, nobody liked this in the beginning, and you're not getting a response. And the sponsors, I see why they're leaving because 10-year-old kids aren't going to buy wine. 10-year-old kids are not going to hire an attorney.
That's not why they're leaving, dude. They've left since the beginning.
No, I know. I'm just saying this makes it even worse. If they didn't get response before,
it makes it even worse.
What's less than zero response? They're going to get negative response from this one.
All right. Okay. Hey, listen, thanks, Todd. We got Matt Boyce coming on, so don't put him on. We got 3 yeses, put him on. 1, don't put him on. And now another person I know, it only is people I know because nobody's listening. Every single format hasn't worked, and Todd admits to that. Okay. So when you say one format doesn't work worse than another, I'll give you a perfect example. Matt and I did a video at Ween's Winery and he was there. All these people, they all knew the Poorman because they all just stroked themselves to the lovely memory of me being on a radio station 2 decades ago. By the way, Jay, the place I'm in now in New York, I have an eviction proceeding. So believe me, I can't. I haven't been able to pay the rent here, but I don't feel I should because of things that have gone on that are defective in the apartment, like a hole in the wall where mice came through. And for 3 years, no stove for 2 years, in an expensive apartment. The place that I have near the beach in Newport is very inexpensive. It's a little studio. I don't own a car. So don't think I'm sitting here like living rich off the land. I relate to these homeless people because personally, I'm not homeless, luckily, but I'm going to have to get out of this place in New York. So I wish I could say I'm paying rent in 2 places, traveling back and forth. You can get deals going to New York for like $150 for a plane ticket, and I have to be here for a hearing. So that's it. But Matt, go ahead. It's your turn.
All right, man. Yeah, I say put them on. If the song sucks, we can bag on it. Call back in and bag on it.
I played it earlier. I don't know if you heard it.
No, I came in late. You already played it?
Yeah, no, but he wasn't even on.
Yeah.
So you still want? Well, you want me to put him on? So that's 4-1 so far, right?
Yeah. Might as well give him a shot. See what's up.
Okay. All right. Scott from Fontana is calling in. Thanks, Matt. By the way, Matt is responsible. Verbal Ham Radio. That's his podcast every week. Listen to it, and thanks for my microphone, which who knows, I may not need it anymore after today. Scott from Fontana. Hello.
Yo, how you doing?
How's it going, my friend?
Pretty good. I say put the guy on, and you don't have to explain anything to anybody as far as your finances are concerned, in my opinion. If you want to take a plane, that's fine, but you can take cheaper ways, like riding on.
No, don't bomb it. 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 It's okay. Yeah, it just that much more explains why I am going to leave.
Okay, well, you have one more caller.
Yeah, it's probably the same Radio Hindenburg again, but which is fine. You can say it 18 times. Go for it.
Kcaa. Hello.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Go ahead and say Radio Hindenburg.
No,
Just
this
do
is
it.
Bougie. This is Bougie.
Hey, what's up, guys? I apologize for being late. To let you know, I was just notified to be on this interview at 4:22 p.m.
Are you
So I guess
serious?
it was, yeah, so I guess
Okay,
it was
Pat
lack
Matthews.
of planning.
Pat Matthews, call in, please. Hold on, Bougie. I'm not going to prejudge you or anything because you may be right, and if that's the case, I want my producer to call in and he can explain where he's coming from.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. I liked your song, to be honest with you, and I was
Thank you, man.
and I love giving artists a chance, but unfortunately, it's not obviously it's not your fault unless the producer calls in and explains something different.
Right.
But you know what? Is Pat called in?
No, a line keeps ringing, but there's nobody there, and I heard your echo.
Right.
You
so
coming in through there.
nobody's even calling because
Okay,
they
your
just
guest is here. Why don't you speak to him?
Who?
Your guest, Bougie.
Okay. Let's go to a break. We'll be right back.
This may come as a surprise, but Beatles-orama is in its 15th year of keeping the Beatles alive for a new generation. If you spent any time in the 60s, or if you're smart enough to know it was the coolest era for music, you're going to love us. Just go to BeatlesOrama.com and the player should start right up. We're also available on TuneIn, iTunes, Windows Media, and more. Once you tune in, you'll be hooked. Plus, you can join our Facebook fan club and follow us on Twitter. Be sure to bookmark it. BeatlesOrama.com. Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net.
You know, the old man said, stand by. Long before those crowded streets, here stood the Dreaming Tree. Wise words from singer Dave Matthews. He has a crush for you, a red blend wine called Dreaming Tree, and it is from Dave Matthews. You know, Dave is very passionate about his wine. I think you'll agree. Once you try the Dreaming Tree Crush, you'll think, Peter, you're right. The Dreaming Tree Crush is a great value, and you've heard me time and time again singing the praises of blends. Dreaming Tree is in a class by itself. It's available at a local market near you.
This show is no longer the YouTube radio show. It's the No Show. This is the last show. I've got the guest Bougie on here who was not notified until 20 after the hour he was going to go on this show. And my producer, Pat, by the way, this is our last day of working on this show, Pat, because I'm done. So, Pat, I'm guessing that you were probably told, and I'm not blaming anybody on this. It's just it is what it is. But I'm guessing that you didn't personally talk to him. You just heard he was going to call in, right, Pat?
Yeah, well, it's always been that way when we have it through,
Don't burn the guy.
I'm not going to say his name, but I'm just saying that, it's the same contact that has booked most of the guests, and I was assured that he was going to be calling at 4:05, and I was desperately trying to reach him starting at 4 o'clock all the way until 4:30 when I gave up.
Right. Is Peter Dills on the line too? Because he's supposed to call in today.
No.
So
okay.
Is that Bougie right there on the phone?
Bougie is there, but I don't honestly. I think we don't need to interview him today, but not because it's his fault, but just because I'm just not. I just don't want to do it.
It's not your man's fault either, boss. you know, my phone was left at home while I went to pick up my son from school at 2:15 Phoenix time. And as soon as I got the message, you know, he told me to go ahead and call. I called within 30 seconds of receiving the message. He said, you know, hurry up, man, they're waiting on you. So, you know, I did all my effort, man, to make it here in time. I appreciate y'all having me, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Listen,
I
we're not mad at
apologize.
you. This is an issue that goes way beyond you, by the way. It honestly has nothing to do with you, and you sound like a great guy. But I've just reached the end of the rope personally. It has nothing to do with you. So please don't take it personally. And I really appreciate you calling in at least at some point during the show.
Right. Thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot. And Pat, it's been a good ride, but I think we're going to have to be strong about this and end it. That's my feeling. I'm just
What
I don't
think, man, you need to stick it out. I actually do internet radio.
Then we're going to have to listen. There's no sponsors on this show after 8 months. If there was income coming in, it might be an easier decision to make. But how long have we done? We're doing it for free, right, Pat? You making any money?
No, but read the tweet I sent you.
What does the tweet say?
Well, I'm not going to say it on the air. You look at it. Just read it. But I got to go.
Okay.
Bye.
It's not your fault either. You always screw the pooch, trash the people who care, so guess what? I quit. Don't call me either. Well, that's, you know, like all of it. Please, I don't want anybody else on the line, Di. I'm not going to talk until, please take all the callers off the line. Thank you. So anyway, listen, it's been a fun ride for everybody, but this is it. And so I want to thank Fred for giving me another chance. I'm sorry it had to end the way it ended, but I think it's for the best. And you know, we put in a lot of effort to try to make this thing work, and it hasn't worked. And I think that the fact that we've tried a lot of different formats, and you just get to a point after a while where you just can't keep going like that. And maybe what happened today, like I said earlier in the show, was there's a reason why it happened. I mean, I really, if I had my choice, I would have just rather quit without having a show like this. But the fact it happened, and that's the way it is. So, yeah, definitely this is the final show. So anyhow, I wish we had a few less minutes so I could just like leave. But yeah, let's give my sponsors one more plug. Go ahead, Ron.
This may come as a surprise, but Beatles-orama is in its 15th year of keeping the Beatles alive for a new generation. If you spent any time in the 60s, or if you're smart enough to know it was the coolest era for music, you're going to love us. Just go to BeatlesOrama.com and the player should start right up. We're also available on TuneIn, iTunes, Windows Media, and more. Once you tune in, you'll be hooked. Plus, you can join our Facebook fan club and follow us on Twitter. Be sure to bookmark it. BeatlesOrama.com. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
You know, the old man said, "Stand by." Long before those crowded streets, here stood the Dreaming Tree. Wise words from singer Dave Matthews. He has a crush for you, a red blend wine called Dreaming Tree, and it is from Dave Matthews. You know, Dave is very passionate about his wine. I think you'll agree. Once you try the Dreaming Tree Crush, you'll think, Peter, you're right. The Dreaming Tree Crush is a great value, and you've heard me time and time again singing the praises of blends. Dreaming Tree is in a class by itself. It's available at a local market near you.
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net.
Well, I was hoping Peter Dills called in. Maybe he listened to the show and he just decided not to do it. But this was his last day on the air. And Michael Brown, if you're listening, there's no way I'm going to charge you for 2 weeks of this month. You get it for free. And yeah, it's a shame that my producer is angry, but he goes, "This is not my fault, and for you to go on the air and bash me, that's messed up. Here I am talking to da-da-da-da-da and setting up da-da-da-da-da and listening to this horse SH. You always screw the pooch, trash the people who care. So guess what? I quit. Don't call me either." Yeah, I'm not gonna give anything about my history or anything like that because I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. But I don't think I'm going to ever do a radio show again unless I actually get hired. That's probably why I probably will never do a radio show again. And it's been a fun ride. Honestly, it has been. It's been a great ride for most of the time. And then towards the end, it's not very fun. What happened today was a microcosm of the last few years of being on the radio. Regardless, you know, people sometimes just have to look in the mirror and circumstances happen. You have to accept the circumstances. You can be disappointed. Certainly, I'm disappointed because I'm still as ambitious as ever. I don't know where that's going to lead me, but I'm going to be strong enough to walk away from a situation that obviously hasn't worked for me. And today was a weird kind of way to arrive to that conclusion. Die off the air said, well, maybe you're just in a bad mood. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But if you look at the facts, when your one remaining sponsor who's been on for 4 months hasn't gotten any single call, not one call for any business, when you see today that everybody who calls is somebody you know, you've tried so many different formats, and believe me, the owner of this station has given me the greatest treatment I could possibly imagine. And, you know, he doesn't have the resources to pay me a salary. If he did, he probably would. But given that situation, I get a great time slot. You get to a point where if it's not working, what can you possibly do? Some people will say, well, just stick in there and make it work. But this has been 8 or 9 months. And it's a shame with Pat that he's angry with me because that's the last thing I wanted to have happen. And when you're trying to do your job and all of a sudden you can't do it and you're not prepared for what's going to happen, it's not Pat's fault either what happened. So I take that back if he thought it was. Can you turn the music off, please? Turn the music off. I don't want that music on. Just cut me off whenever it gets to be 10 seconds in front of the hour, which I guess, and thanks to Di too. You've been great. Thanks to everybody at the station, and I wish you all the best. And all you people listening that did listen, you guys are great. So I'll see you around the corner, maybe, or maybe not.
This is Kcaa Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
CNBC Radio. Another faulty ignition switch problem at General Motors, but this time GM is recalling 3,300 brand new pickup trucks and SUVs to fix the problem, which can cause engines to shut off and disable the power steering, power brakes, even the airbags before anyone gets hurt. On Wall Street, stocks were higher today and higher for a third week straight after some surprisingly strong corporate earnings from General Electric and Honeywell this morning. The Dow adding 74 points.